And then the scientists also discover that the monkeypox now changed their attitude, changed their quality, changed their strategy. So now it's airborne even.
Yes, Master.
So that's why they recommended masks. Before they say that it's only through touching or close contact, physical contact. And now they found it's not just that.
Yes, Master.
They changed. Just like COVID-19 has mutated. Now they found it's different. The scientists don't know why monkeypox changed. They still don't know yet.
Yes.
But they say it's airborne. I wanted really this news about monkeypox to come out as early as possible so people can take care.
Yes, Master.
Wear masks or don't touch or don't go near sick people, stuff like that, yeah? They will be more careful. The American Center for Disease Control, you know how harmful they have been to American citizens already, the CDC. They always say this, say that, and they're always changing all these last 2 years about the pandemic.
It doesn't seem like these changes come from a position of science. They changed it to 5 days. Now they want to add a testing requirement after getting pressure from other groups. Like, pressure is supposed to be what science is supposed to ignore. It's not supposed to have anything to do with pressure.
Exactly. And Stu, most of this pressure is coming from pretty well-heeled financially and politically powerful organizations. We saw almost overnight that a handful of organizations and then a lot of media people putting a little bit of pressure on a rule that they don't like almost instantly forces the science to then correct itself.
CDC is really setting a new standard for incompetence.
Okay, maybe you have not seen all that news. What I have, I inform myself. I have to.
Yes.
I want to take care of you. That's also one main point of it. I have to show what's going on. And who got COVID now? Tell me. Mr. Who?
Fauci.
Yeah, he got COVID. You know, right?
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, so much for the golden advice. Harming so many Americans already, telling them to get vaccine and then make the government not just endorse but enforce.
Yes.
So tens of thousands of people lost their jobs because they didn't want the vaccine, yeah, because they know so much other information.
Yes, Master.
Maybe some also misinformation, but some not. Some news that they suppressed. I have read that Pfizer knows that is harmful and not effective, but still did not openly announce it to the world. I read one news that was quickly deleted after.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Every day I spend hours on end for news. So whatever I know, I don't let it escape.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
I saw it on the news, yes. And the news was that monkeypox is airborne, and there was the news also that 1/3 of Americans should wear masks. I didn't make it all up. I wanted the people to know the news, also the public. So whoever wants to protect themselves can try.
Yes,
Yes,
Master.
understand.
And if they don't want, I can't force them. But if I know something good for them, I should tell them.
Yes, Master.
And this head is controversial and has done so much harm already. And then there are leaking news saying that Fauci is the one who spearheaded the experiments of this COVID-19 virus in China. They financed it.
Yes,
Yes.
The NIH providing documents to the House of Representatives showing that the NIH did fund gain-of-function research in Wuhan.
So after the news of COVID leaked out, that laboratory burnt out, moved away, and no trace was left. If there's nothing, they wouldn't have done that.
Yes, Master.
It maybe has something to do with it, somehow.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
So much for believing in these people. Okay, even if maybe the news is not right, they still keep investigating. Even up to not long ago, they investigated, and still the news kept surfacing. We can say maybe the news is not correct. Maybe Fauci didn't do it. Maybe they did not finance a China laboratory to create this kind of a virus and then leaked out by chance.
Yes,
Right.
Master.
Yes.
Yeah, but some of the scientists have said that themselves also, that they knew it. They saw it with their own eyes because they know the genome from the lab there and the genome of COVID. Identical.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
But of course, they shut her up. They shut her boss up also. Her boss even tell her, don't say anything, don't say anything.
Yes.
And these are only 2 cases that leaked out. There are other people who you can never chase.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Yeah, you might never know who they are, where they went already. Even if we think so, we cannot always believe everything the news says. Maybe that's not true news. But how can you believe everything that the CDC or Fauci say when it all went wrong?
Yes.
Master.
And you can see it already. It's not I who said it. People are vaccinated 2 times and boosted again 2 times, still sick and die or have complications.
Yes.
So I'm not saying anything just because the news. I have been observing it. And, of course, the news is just to prove it.
Yes, Master.
I have chosen the news among all the other news, the earlier news. This is the latest, the updated latest. That monkeypox is airborne and you should wear mask anyway. If it's airborne, you should wear mask. That's simple. No matter if I say it or not, or who says it.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
What do you do with the airborne? You have to cover, no?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then the CDC go ahead and say, no need mask. Again? How many more people does he want to kill, this guy?
Yeah.
He himself already got COVID just to prove that he's so wise. And he knows everything, how to protect. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you all this. So early in the morning, I've been pacing in and out, back and forth to wait for you. I thought I would wait for you until after meditation, but then I thought, oh, you're already all there, and it's only some more minutes until the meditation is over, so it's okay once a while. Exception.
Yes.
It's also bad for me if I give bad news.
Understand.
I don't want to, Even if all of the news that I told you right now about the monkeypox is airborne and you should wear a mask, it will do you no harm,
Yes, true, Master.
It does nobody harm.
Yes.
Master.
It will do them good only because the pandemic and every other virus all around is still, and it's spiking again now.
Yes.
Oh, the pandemic is spiking up everywhere, even in Taiwan. It used to be better before. Now, if I look at the news, 100-something people die in Taiwan every day, and tens of thousands of new cases.
Yes, Master.
It's terrible. Oh, God. But humans brought it upon themselves. Nowadays, there's so much information everywhere. They just probably don't look at it. They just watch TV, whatever news they like, or watch those movies.
Yes, Master.
Because they work hard every day and they come home, they don't want to think, they can't think anymore, no time. So if they have time, they just watch some quick news and then just watch a movie or maybe, like drop dead in between already, on the sofa or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Master.
Yes.
Oh, God. So it's very difficult to lead humans into a better kind of life.
Yes, Master. Yes, Master.
Because life in this world is already too demanding on their physical strength and mental ability.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Master.
They are tired from all sides. Mental, physical, psychological, anything.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
That's why I just feel so sorry for humans. They just are trapped. All trapped. Some people have to work 2-3 jobs, to make ends meet, for their family.
Yes, Master.
Terrible. They don't have enough time to sleep, just a couple of hours or 3-4 hours. If they have debt, then that's it. They have to work like that all their life.
Yes, Master.
If they have also many children and they don't have enough income, then they have to do that all their life. Until the children grow big, then maybe they stop working so hard. They still continue working because of the house mortgage,
Oh, yes.
car insurance, and petrol, and nowadays gas prices skyrocket.
Mm-hmm.
because of the war.
Yes, Master.
The war even interferes with farming in other countries. Like Brazil, they don't have fertilizer. They're complaining about that.
Yes, Master.
And many African countries don't have food.
Every day the war lasts, world food supplies are damaged.
It could affect hundreds of millions of the world's most vulnerable people all across the world. About 80% of Egypt's grain comes from Ukraine and Russia, and that's 100 million people in Egypt. There are 90 million people in Congo, and about 70% of their grain comes from Ukraine and Russia.
Prices in the world are going up. We see in some countries up to 13% of inflation. We see shortage of food in many parts of the world, especially in the Sahel of Africa, the Horn of Africa, and other populous countries.
The region that I'm overseeing, Eastern and Africa and the Horn, this time last year, we estimated there were 50 million people acutely food insecure, acutely hungry. Today, that figure's up at 84 million. So 34 million people additionally. It's not all because of the war, but it's the combination of conflicts in places like Tigray and Somalia. It's the effects of climate change. We've got the worst drought in 40 years in Ethiopia, Kenya, and Somalia. Then, of course, there's the macroeconomic impact of the COVID, which has decimated economies across the region. And now we have the war in Ukraine, which is accelerating the levels of hunger and malnutrition across the region.
Between fuel, energy, food, and finance, there is a combined crisis that the world is feeling, seeing, and it needs to be addressed and addressed quickly.
Starvation everywhere, and on top of that, drought or bad, unprecedented floods, either very dry or flooding like that.
Yes, Master.
Oh, what kind of war is this? And people still can continue to live on. Wow, truly, humans are so strong. Strong, but just for not very noble and not very helpful purposes.
Yes, Master.
Just to work and earn money and have to spend it on meat, and then after meat, spend it on hospitals and medicine.
Yeah.
Yes, Master.
Yes, Master.
Because the meat makes you sick, and the alcohol also to boot.
Yeah.
And or cigarettes and drugs. Oh, that's it.
Yes, Master.
It doesn't help you to eat meat, to drink alcohol, because you will spend it on hospital and doctors.
Oh, yes.
And suffering as well. I saw every day, not just these bad news, they are just more like international. There's more bad news. And I didn't write in this diary because these are international, a lot bigger. But there are small news everywhere. Not one day goes by without any bad news. Like mass shootings anywhere.
Yes.
10 people die, 20 people die, or 2, 3, 4 people die from shootings.
Yeah.
Or car accident, or fall into a ditch, or sinkholes, or the flood took away the whole house, fell into the river, and everything with it. And also sometimes people's lives in it as well.
Yes.
Yes, Master.
Everywhere, every time there's news, it's mostly all bad news like that.
Yes.
All these people, crimes, raping or killing children or women or even older women killed, robbery everywhere.
Yes,
Master.
All these are also bad news, but just not as big.
Yes, Master.
But every day, everywhere, my God.